Jackie, why don't you tell us a little bit about your project?
Well, my project was recycling plastic at home, and it came to be because last spring I was doing a recycling project with cans to raise some money for a community service project I was doing, and I got a lot of Gatorade bottles that people wanted to recycle, and I had nothing to do with them, and so then I started researching. I was like, there has to be a way to recycle plastic, and I found out that Gatorade bottles can't really be recycled, but HDPE plastic can be, and that's high-density polyethylene plastic, and that's a kind of plastic in milk bottles and water jugs.
Okay.
And so what I did is I wanted to see if I could make an at-home process, because I researched, and the American Plastics Association, I found that there's the commercial process for recycling them is very lengthy, and it's not very efficient, and it requires a lot of 13 steps actually. And so what I wanted to do is simplify it and make it at home, because I figured more people would recycle plastic if they could just do it in their own home. And so I made a 5-step process.
Oh, okay,
and
great.
This is my finished products. I made a cutting board, and I made.
How did you make it blue?
Oh, this was from detergent bottles.
Oh, okay.
And because those are also HDPE and non-toxic, and so I use them to decorate it, because you can just like fuse it. And then I also made dog bones for my dogs, and they love it. And the coloring in here, this is turkey gravy to flavor it, so they'll like it. And they love it. They love it. And,
does it spoil?
No, it lasts them about a month and a half.
Oh, okay.
And then by that time, it starts to get a little like nasty at the end from them chewing it.
Okay.
But at that point, it's easy to throw away, and you haven't wasted any money, because dog bones are expensive, and I have 2 big dogs. You go through it really fast. So
Okay.
that works. And then I also made a poster board, which is great because it can be reused, because hot glue peels right off of it when you're done.
Oh, okay.
So you could theoretically reuse this poster for years and years to come.
It's a little wrinkled, but
It is a little bit.
okay.
And it even has a handle on the back.
Oh, that's good.
And a stand that I don't have here. But it took a long time to make this. And this is one of my molds for the cutting board. What I did is I put I shredded plastic. And
how did you shred it? Is this part of your 5-step process?
Yeah.
Okay.
The first step is to wash and dry the plastic, because it had milk in it. So.
Yeah.
And then I cut them, and so what I did to cut them was I just cut them into strips, and then I cut them into like 1 centimeter squares, and that was about as small as they had to be. I made them smaller, but you didn't really have to do that. But I cut off the labels because the glue and the paper wouldn't work.
Okay.
So I cut off the labels, and then I cut them into 1 centimeter squares, and then my next step was to melt them in the mold.
Okay.
And this was the mold for the dog bone, and this was the mold for the cutting board.
So you did this on your stove at home?
Yeah, in my kitchen.
In your kitchen?
Kind of took over my kitchen. But what it is, I made this mold, and it's made out of aluminum foil and tin roof flashing, which is available at Home Depot. It's not hard to get. And I sprayed it with nonstick, like Pam. Okay. And then I put all the pieces of plastic in, and then I covered it, and then I wrapped it in aluminum foil, because no air can get to it, it'll burn.
Right.
And so then I melted it in my toaster oven. No, my microwave oven, sorry. My microwave.
Oh, okay.
No,
microwave.
My toaster oven.
It was, okay. I'm not sure how the microwave would have been.
Yeah, my toaster oven. I tried it in the microwave. Actually, that was one of my experiments. My main experiment was finding the process.
Okay.
So I had a bunch of mini experiments trying to determine the process. And one of them was which heating device. And I actually tried the microwave oven, it didn't work. But then once I heated it, I sandwiched them in these pieces of just wood that I cut out into circles. and then I use clamps. You can kind of see the markings on them.
Right.
But I use clamps and I clamp them down with weights and clamps, and that's what condensed it all the way down.
Okay.
And then for the dog bone, I pretty much did the same thing, except I took it out every 5 minutes. I put more dog food in, or more flavoring in, and I condensed it, and then I covered it up and put it back in for 5 more minutes. And then that's how I did that.
So did you ever find any slimy dog bones in your bed or anything? Under your pillow at night?
Fortunately, I haven't. I'm afraid I will soon. They love it. Like, I made one just to see if they would like it, because I emailed a vet and he said that it's totally safe for them to eat that. So once I did that, then I went ahead and made them and gave them to my dog Max, and my other dog Merlin would not stop fighting him for it. So I had to make 2 so they wouldn't fight for it.
Yeah, you need to.
So, but these are some earlier trials that weren't as successful. I tried to melt the plastic.
Your mom okay with that?
Not really.
Okay.
But I wanted to make circles, like what I call coasters. And so I tried doing that on here, but it wasn't non-stick, so the plastic stuck to the cupcake cans.
Okay.
And then this is...
So now you don't have any muffin pans.
Yes, and then this one, I tried to use the George Foreman grill, which actually did end up working. It did.
Oh.
But this one, I left in there too long, and so it got stuck onto the grill, so when I tried to use tongs and pull it off, it wouldn't come off. So I found out how to make saran wrap.
Oh, great. Yeah.
And
you
then
got to decorate your Christmas gift.
Yeah, I can hang it from the door, and it can be like
a new ornament.
Yeah.
Okay.
This was my very first try, when I just wanted to see if I could melt it and try it and condense it. So I melted, this was just 1 milk carton, and I melted it, and then I folded it over and condensed it and bent it while it was still hot. And it's very sturdy, like it cannot be broken, really.
Okay.
So that's what first gave me the idea that maybe I can make something really sturdy, like a cutting board.
Yeah. So summarize your 5-step process. What are the 5 steps?
Oh, yeah, sorry. So then I did the mold.
Somebody wants to do this at home.
I melted them in the mold, and then I compressed it with the weights and the clamps, the C clamps. And then I gave the products a new purpose within my house.
Oh, okay. So it's first wash and dry, then cut, then melt, then compress,
and then give it a new purpose within my house.
Okay.
So you really never have to take the plastic out of your home. You can do stuff within your own home, other than just like cutting the milk carton and making like a bird feeder, which I've seen a lot of. I was researching online.
Without melting it.
Yeah, without melting it. There are only so many things that you can do, like make a scoop or something. Yeah. But these are more innovative and useful things that you can do with plastic. It's really not that hard to make.
Great. So after you make it, would it be like possible to put it in a dishwasher, or would it melt?
Yeah, this totally. I wash this all the time, and it's a cutting board. One good thing is that it actually doesn't keep bacteria in it because it's non-porous.
Right.
So
it's better than wood.
It's actually better than wood cutting boards because it's safer. And yeah, it doesn't melt because you have to get it to very high temperatures to get it to melt, and dishwashers don't get that hot.